Okay, so this is another case knife that I ordered here recently. Um, I have ordered two case knives here recently, even though I haven't had the best of luck in the past couple of years with case knives and their fit and finish and everything. Um, they leave something to be desired quite often, and it's disappointing because Case is, an American company. Not only that, it's a Pennsylvanian company, and I really like to support those when I can, which is one reason why I buy a lot of Great Eastern cutlery knives. And of course, the other reason why buy a lot of Great Eastern cutlery knives is that they're so well put together. The same can't always be said about case knives. This one in front of me here is put together fairly decently, although I did have to fix some blade play, which is pretty standard for Case. 9 out of every 10 knives that you get from Case are going to have blade play. It's just something that I've come to accept when I'm buying a case knife, that it's probably going to have blade play. I'm going to need to fix it, and I just hope it doesn't have any other serious issues. But anyway, getting into talking about this actual knife, this is a Case Canoe in this pocket-worn gray jig bone, which I think looks fantastic. I wanted to get a pattern that I liked more than the saddle horn, because I got the saddle horn in this cover material, and I like the cover material, but I didn't like the knife. So I wanted to get a pattern that I liked more, and I have two other canoes. I have that Boker canoe, and I have another Case Canoe, and I thought, well, I could get another canoe. I kind of like the canoe. So like I said, it did have some blade play, so you'll see the pins sticking out of the bolster there. But I did fix that. The bone on this side has some light white in it that's kind of cool. And then on this side, it's, dark, a little bit darker gray. It's got some white down here. But overall, I just really think that that this gray jig bone looks really good. So anyway, canoe. Pretty good action on the main blade. This knife is CV. Most of the case knives that I buy are CV, unless it's a pattern that I really want or want to try that's just not available in chrome vanadium. Generally, if I'm buying a case knife, I do want it to be in the carbon steel, because I think that a traditional knife should be carbon steel. Of course, that is just my opinion. But anyway, main spear blade, thin blade, just like all the Case canoes have a really thin blade. Seems to be pretty well ground and everything. Does rub. The blade, I think, rubs just a little bit on the tang of the pen blade, down here, although you can't really, don't think there's really any rub marks on that, but I think that's what that's from. Not a huge deal, although there are two different back springs, but there's not a lot of room for both the blades, so it's not the end of the world or anything. Certainly not going to stop me from carrying the knife, although, it does have a little bit of blade rub there, which is kind of not really what I would consider to be acceptable on a knife with two back springs. But with how close these blades are together, what it probably is it's probably the blade bending when I go to open it and rubbing that, so I won't blame that on the knife. But anyway, both blades have really good action on this knife, which I was happy with. This is I think 2021 knife. So maybe they're starting to get their crap together, but I kind of doubt it. I do hope one of these days Case starts to get their crap together and starts making good knives again. But I mean, literally, this is all I ask. I don't even care if I have to fix a little bit of side to side play. Just give me a knife that make every knife usable, pretty much. There have been knives that I have gotten that were just completely unusable. I got a Muskrat last year, I think. No, 2020, I think. Maybe. That the one blade had the kick ground down so much that the blade just rested on the back spring. That kind of stuff should not get through your quality control process. That's a completely unusable knife. The moose that I have, that the clip blade is so off, so off center that it's rubbing the bottom of the moose blade that's going the other way. Those are two large blades that should have plenty of room. They should not be so off center that they're rubbing each other. Just stuff like that is incredibly frustrating with case. But anyway, this particular knife actually put together fairly decently. It does have some gaps. Gaps have never bothered me with pocket knives. I use my pocket knives. They get beat up in my pockets. They're not, collector's pieces that I'm trying to hoard in order to sell for a lot of money at some point. I don't care about that. I buy pocket knives to carry and use them, and I get enjoyment out of them that way. And also, to do these videos on them because for some reason I like doing this. But anyway, pretty pleased with this knife. This knife will become a regular in my pocket, I believe. Because it's fairly decent. I think I like the Boker Canoe just a little bit more, but I mean, this will certainly go in my pocket, and I will carry it. It'll become a regular part of the rotation because it's definitely good enough to carry. But anyway, that's the video on this case Canoe in this gray pocket-worn jig bone, something like that. And of course, in the chrome vanadium steel. But yeah, that's it for now. And I will see you guys in the next video. And I hope you have a good day.